Merci, cher frère Alassane Ouattara.
African and European Union leaders condemned the refugee slave trade in Libya. In their final statement, they promised a task force to tackle traffickers and urgently repatriate anyone who's trapped there.
There
are women and children living in inhuman conditions. We have agreed, along with the EU and the UN, to set up a task force for repatriating at least 3,800 people.
Leaders say there are more than 40 refugee camps in Libya where people are bought and sold by those with little respect for human life. Although leaders here have committed to helping refugees in Libya, there were very few details as to exactly how and when they will repatriate them. And they were also very vague about the new task force they say they'll put in place to combat people smuggling. There was also no mention of the French president's remarks to reporters that military action against traffickers is a possibility. The UN Secretary-General told summit leaders on Wednesday that new ideas are needed to deal with migration, including more legal ways to enter Europe. Is that something that you discussed and something which you would envisage?
We have to strengthen this process of legal migration, but at the same time we have to stop together illegal migration. This is I think, our common obligation.
Youth workers say until young people have real opportunities, little will change.
We want next time African leaders and European leaders to come together and say we are going to support 200, 500, 1,000 youth startups, both from Africa and from Europe, and here are the resources that we put in place. Those are practical things to do, instead of telling us in the declaration that, yes, we are going to empower the young people. But how are we going to empower the young people?
There's no doubt here that ending the slave trade is an urgent priority. But unless lasting solutions are found to persuade people to stop leaving home in the first place, human rights abuses will continue to affect Africa's most vulnerable. Natacha Butler, Al Jazeera, Abidjan, Ivory Coast.